In this video, I'll discuss post-installation tasks needed after the Compute Cloud customer infrastructure is installed and connected to Oracle Cloud infrastructure. In another video, we covered the tasks needed to prepare your tenancy for Compute Cloud customer. These tasks included setting up federated identity provider, users and groups, compartments, policies, virtual cloud network, or VCN with a subnet. These resources are used only in establishing the connection between Oracle Cloud infrastructure and the Compute Cloud customer infrastructure. You still need to create Identity Access Management or IAM resources, that is, users, groups, compartments, and policies needed to organize and isolate your cloud resources, such as compute instances, block storage volumes, and virtual cloud networks. If your IAM resources are already set up in your tenancy, the IAM configuration in your tenancy is automatically synchronized on the Compute Cloud customer infrastructure. Administrators can begin to create cloud resources on Compute Cloud customer immediately. If your tenancy is new, or if you need to update IAM resources to accommodate Compute Cloud customer, you need to configure these resources in your tenancy before creating cloud resources. In this video, I'll assume that I need to create users, groups, compartments, and policies in my tenancy to accommodate Compute Cloud customer. For this demonstration, I've created a single user called C3user, and I created a single group called c3users.grp. If I click on the C3 user name, you can see that I've made the C3 user a member of the c3users.grp group. I've created a compartment for this demonstration called store, but you can see that other users have created additional compartments for their cloud resources. So you can have multiple compartments in a tenancy. Some other things to note about compartments. For a new tenancy, you initially only have a top level or root compartment. Compartments behave like a filter for viewing cloud resources. When you select a compartment, the Compute Web UI only shows you resources that are in that compartment. To view resources in another compartment, you must first select that compartment. It's also important to note that users and groups and federation providers reside in the tenancy itself, not in an individual compartment. You can create a hierarchy of up to 6 compartments deep under the tenancy or root compartment. Returning to the Compute Web UI, I'll show that I have created a hierarchy of compartments under the store compartment. I'll scroll down and click on the store compartment and show that I have a few child compartments here, including one called C3-infrastructure. I'll click on C3-infrastructure and show that I have a couple of child compartments under here as well. The point is, you can create a hierarchy of compartments as you see fit to organize and isolate cloud resources for specific users and groups of users. The last IAM resource I'll discuss is policies. I've created a policy for this demonstration called c3users.pl, but you can see that other users created additional policies for their cloud resources. So you can have multiple policies in a compartment or a tenancy. Some other things to note about policies. A policy specifies who can access which cloud resources and how. You can grant users access to specific compartments through the use of policy statements. Users can then create resources in this compartment and isolate these resources from other users. A basic feature of policies is the concept of inheritance. Compartments inherit any policies from their parent compartment or tenancy. Returning to the Compute Web UI, I'll click on c3users.pl and show that I have 2 policy statements. Allow group c3users.grp to read all resources in tenancy. Allow group c3users.grp to manage all resources in compartment store:/c3-infrastructure. I'll give a quick explanation of a policy statement to help explain these 2 statements. This is an example of a policy statement that allows a group of users to create, read, update, and delete all cloud resources in a compartment. The policy statement says, allow group c3users.grp to manage all resources in compartment store:/c3-infrastructure. This policy statement follows this basic syntax. Allow, subject, to, verb, resource type, in, location, where, conditions. First of all, policy statements begin with the word allow. Policies only allow access. they cannot deny it. The subject can be a group name, the group OCID, or the phrase any user to specify all users in a tenancy. You can specify multiple groups by separating them with commas. For location, specify a single compartment by name or OCID, or specify tenancy to cover the entire tenancy. The verb options include inspect, read, use, and manage, ordered by increasing permissions. Use the manage verb to perform administrator-type operations. Our other policy statement, allow group c3users.grp to read all-resources in tenancy, used the read verb option and specified tenancy as the location. So this statement gives all users in the c3users.grp group read-only permissions for all cloud resources in the entire tenancy. The resource type can be a family resource type or an individual resource type. For example, all-resources is a family resource type that covers all Oracle Cloud Infrastructure resource types. The family resource type makes policy writing easier as they include individual resource types that are often managed together. If you need to write a more granular policy, use an individual resource type to give access to only those specific resources. And finally, for conditions, you can specify a string value surrounded by single quotation marks, or you can use a pattern matching value. Refer to the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure documentation for more information and examples of some common policy statements. For more information, refer to the Oracle Compute Cloud Customer documentation, and for additional training videos like this, go to www.oracle.com/go-to/oltrain. This concludes this video. Thank you for watching.